She called them racist, sexist, xenophobic, Islamophobic. She called half of our supporters a basket of deplorables in both a speech and an interview. She divides people into baskets as though they were objects, not human beings.
Donald Trump speaking to the Convention of National Guard earlier today. Trump did not mention Hillary Clinton's medical condition, but he sent a clear message that a president, at the end of the day, has to be a president for all Americans. Trump trying to capitalize on that comment from Hillary Clinton on Friday. That was very reminiscent of Mitt Romney's fatal 47% comment back in 2012.
To just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Now, there is a new poll that shows 60% of Americans think that Trump is biased against women and minorities. So with 56 days into the election, where does this race stand, and can we ever really be united as a nation? I want to bring in Jessica Tarlov and Ford O'Connell. Ford, obviously, Hillary Clinton knew, I think she knew she made a mistake. She came out pretty quickly and apologized with respect to the half number. Everything else she kept in place. Although I got to tell you, Donald Trump mentioned that she said as much in an interview, and I kind of believe maybe they did make a mistake. Maybe they wanted this issue out there, and she was okay with the sort of blowback.
This was not a mistake. Unlike Romney, it's not. Here's what's happening. The polls are tightening. They're concerned about turnout. And essentially what she's doing here, she's sending a message to the 20% of undecided voters out there who just may stay home. And she's basically saying, you may not like my serial dishonesty, but Donald Trump's a monster, and therefore you have to vote for me. This is a strategy by the Clinton campaign that is high risk. It could blow up in her face, maybe like the serial dishonesty about her health. But until then, it's helping her out because we're not talking about the emails of the foundation. We're talking about this.
Although, Jessica, it is always dangerous when you start to talk about a basket of people and such a large percentage of people. Now, to Ford's point, when you look at these polls between registered voters and likely voters tilt heavily more toward Donald Trump. In other words, the enthusiasm is this the gambit that she's taking, that I know I'm going to anger and offend a giant swath of the nation, but I need to get some people out there. I need to scare some people to the polls.
I'm not sure actually how many people she offended. I do agree with Ford. I think it was completely intentional. She shouldn't have used an actual number. I think that was a problem. But if you said that there's a substantial portion of Trump supporters that are racist, xenophobic, sexist, or whatever, what have you, and the statistics do bear that out, that we have, 76% favoring a Muslim ban, 2/3 don't think that Obama is an American, 40% say that African Americans are more criminal, violent, and lazier than whites, et cetera. And I could go on. You have Donald Trump, who, remember that tweet a couple weeks ago or whenever it was, where he said, after this performance by Barack Obama, I doubt we're going to have another black president, which I believe is the definition of judging someone by the color of their skin. So the point is, I think that this was intentional. I think it will be good for her in the end.
Right.
And
I think. Ford, I want to, guys, let me bring in John Hart. He's Opportunity Lives editor-in-chief, also former aide to Senator Coburn. You've been involved with party politics for a long time, and we know this is a high-risk gambit on Hillary's part. I don't think this one worked. I think it's going to hurt her. I don't know to what degree, but I think, John, this one hurt.
No, I think it's going to hurt badly. Look, this is a gift basket to the Trump campaign. And one of the unwritten rules of politics is you can attack your opponent, but you never attack the voters. So what she's done is collectively slur and insult millions of people. And the reason people are mad is because of the economic policies of Barack Obama. There's a big gap between what people are making and what things cost in this country. And Hillary Clinton has just told millions of people that she doesn't care what they think. She's dismissing all of them as racist, xenophobes, and
But that's not true, John. I mean, she's not dismissing all of them like that. I mean, Hillary Clinton would be the first person to tell you that there are a lot of good people who are backing Donald Trump. What's concerning, for instance, is that Mike Pence just gave an interview where he refused to call David Duke deplorable because he, quote, doesn't name call. There are certain things that are inexcusable.
Ford, come in on that.
This
Look,
all comes back. You got to understand that this all comes back to turnout, okay? Who's not going to turn out? Young minorities and college-educated whites, people who Hillary Clinton needs to pull the lever for. And therefore, she's saying, you're never going to like me, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to play on the one thing you don't like, and that's racism, hate, and Donald Trump's a bigoted monster. He's not at all, but that doesn't matter because this is the perception. She's trying to fire them up and make them think it's their idea to vote for her because she's a failed candidate, and she can't believe that she's basically tied with Donald Trump. If this truly backfires and his supporters get really fired up, what it's going to mean is this entire election could rest on the debates or Hillary Clinton's help.